Right. Beginning the stream has. And why does this not work? Okay, cool. So, because of my incredible preparations for these segues that you have taken, I will now ask exactly how well do you think you're doing? What are you doing? And where did we end? Because we did end on the tiniest little cliffhanger of someone pushing some timers around. So, who would wish to impart some knowledge of the last session, if any at all? You will not be graded, but you will hurt my feelings.
If I recall, we started last time in or at Riker's office, where we did a whole lot of planning on how we were going to switch his box of coins with the box of coins that was provided to us by the Thieves Guild. Then I have just a lot of things in my notes, but reading them out, they do sound quite chaotic.
Which is accurate. Which is very accurate. Very
I will know
accurate.
exactly what this means in 3 weeks.
The first thing in my notes just says activate plan fish stick and then just a bunch of dots.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
So-
chaos happened, and then
No, if I recall, so I dropped a bunch of dogs out of my coat to make chaos. Riker's desk drawer had a bunch of runes and stuff on it, so that forced us to adapt. We managed to get the dog out of the room, but then the commotion also attracted the guards who came into the room. A bag of beans was thrown into a corner at some point.
Just the one bean, actually.
Just
Imagine the bag.
Oh, right. Somehow Riker managed to catch on that we were trying to rob him, so I just knocked him out. Then Gord went into Riker's back room and turned into Riker. Of course, at that point, the hand grenade or equivalent that he'd thrown into the corner just kind of exploded into a hungry bullet.
Yeah.
Is that? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It really sounds bad if you just kind of go through.
You know.
So then
I built a nice little house of cards, and down it went.
Nope. At some point, I did manage to swap the coins, I think, but we had
that
to
did happen.
spell
Yes,
his
correct.
magic rune thing and stuff, and he's knocked out, and then the bullet came to his thing. We, alongside the guards and Gord, now looking like actual Riker, were like escorted to safety, I think.
I think we locked Riker first in a.
You locked Riker in his back room, yeah.
In his back room, and I think Boris banished the.
Boris banished the bullet, then we got out,
so
then the bullet came back.
Out. Yeah.
Then not Dariel Voss, but his daughter showed up as one of the people
Captain Ileana Voss.
Responding to the bullet. We were led into the guard tower because, of course, we have Elduris Valarin, what's his face, very important royal person with us. Where Thalgrim Stonefist shows up with a bunch of other people who were escorted there alongside Siltfallen. We decided to continue our attempt of bullshitting and pretending that we were Elduris Valarin and his merry bunch of associates.
There he is.
And we're led into an audition with Thalgrim Stonefist. However, not Elduris Valarin. Siltfallen is there with his semi-creepy, semi-angry druid girl.
Right.
Who's like, oh, hi, you're here, I'm with them. And then he kind of attached himself to our group for that meeting or
he moseyed on in.
with Commander Stonefist. And we
Undra?
ended on Commander Stonefist saying, "It has been some time since we've met, hasn't it, son?" Directed at Elduris Valarin, which we are somewhat worried about. That means he knows the actual Elduris Valarin and is probably about to find out, or has found out, that Dario is not, in fact,
Let's hope
Elduris
not.
Valarin.
Let's
Yes.
I also have a note that says I need to insight check a statement. I have
A
totally
Wow.
statement.
the statement even.
The statement, so you were sure of it.
I really wanted to insight check something. If only I remember what it was.
The last thing he said, then, that would be the whole, "It has been some time since we've met, hasn't it?"
Mayhap. I'm just gonna. Oh god, I have too much shit in here.
They're your notes. The statement. Oh, and at some point, Gord's radar thingy showed that one of the dots, presumably the. I keep saying soul stone, but it's not a soul stone, is it? It's
Pact
a
It's
Stone.
close. Pact,
pact
yeah.
stone. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
sounds
pact
more
stone
evil.
is still way below the castle, but the other dot, presumably Nolan Tuskbrew, formerly known as Blacklanaz, has been moving up and is currently like on a normal ground floorish level.
Yes.
And yeah, of course, there's a bunch of alarms going off and a minor explosion and a bullet destroying Darvian Riker's shop, or what's left of it.
Exactly.
Oh, and
Okay.
Dario's robes apparently stick to him when he turns into a
Yes.
crossbred, poorly bred dog.
Yes, I have been scammed.
All right!
If I ever meet that person,
It
The
was a
French
favor.
bulldog with animal speaking, right? That was, yes. Yes.
Ah yes,
could
bah
do.
oui.
Au secours! Yes, I remember.
Yeah, that's sort of when, if I had papers, I would have started tearing them in two. But there you go.
You might think that's when it all went wrong, but oh no, it went wrong. way
Yeah,
before.
it's like it was just a little terrace before the cliff. Okay. So, yeah. This is where we are currently. In the captain's chambers atop the guard tower, right before the royal district. This is where we have some people. Indeed,
You're in a
under
physical stone tower?
it is a physical stone tower. You are up, and it basically is connected to the walls right now.
Yeah.
So you are at the top level, which is a bit higher than the walls. One step down is the walls, and then all the way down is still the merchants district, but with your back to the royal district. So from here you can get on the walls of the royal district if you were to be so fast. So indeed, currently in the wind, Ilyana Voss, who you heard the commotion in the back. The gala is being evacuated because a rampaging bullet showed up out of nowhere, which of course you know nothing about. And then you are standing in front of Talgrim's Stonefist, the dwarven, heavily paladin-coded dwarf, who apparently has seen Dario's character before. And you are in the room, who indeed, with Oberek and Undra, who tagged along, trying still to get an audience with the king on matters of the Yellish Republic.
Yes, because not Dario promised he would try and help get him an audience because he needs to hand over an invitation or
yes,
Yeah.
some
something.
stop letter.
And Gord's here, but he's looking like
Like
Riker.
Riker.
He's wearing a robe from Riker that you took out of his back room.
Yeah,
I
a
think?
coat.
A
Yep.
coat,
Coat,
and
yeah.
we have the weird misshapen Riker dog, right? That's
I don't
No.
think so.
did you not like?
No, we do. You do.
Yeah, because I remember Dario bribing the
yeah.
dog and telling him in animal speak, like, this guy's chill, be chill, and stuff.
Yes.
Oh, I
It was
was
Because
an
the
agreement.
dog knows that Gord is not Riker.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's in agreement because he
But
got
it is a dog, and
Yeah,
And he's being fed.
Yes.
exactly. All right,
yes,
so
those
holy
dog
fuck.
foods Dario made me eat that I still need to somehow.
They are good.
Yeah, that should be a big point in your notes, honestly, getting back on
They
that.
are delicious.
I do think it's underlined and bolded.
Alright. So, I don't even know why. I don't even know why I'm looking at my notes, because I might as well just. All right. I have some characters here like Voss and yeah. All right. With that, we do go back to the present, where all eyes. I will say there are several guards in here as well. You have Obrek and Undra. You have the captain. And you hear a bunch of commotion underneath where basically the evacuees, nobles and ladies of that were evacuated from the gala are now being pushed into guard barracks, and you can already hear the complaining. They are demanding that they be taken to better refuge and everything like that. There's a lot of ho hum, and Dario, you amongst many other voices hear one in particular, which is of course, if I scroll down, I know all of these names by heart, of course. There we go. So you have Countess Valara Astrin, who you hear screeching, demanding to be heard and demanding, to be taken to the royals and all that. So, you notice now that you up high now in this guard tower, all eyes turn to Dario. As the guard captain leans in a little, this dwarf, and is narrowing his eyes. Those with high enough passive perception, which I think is just Boris, you also notice that Oberek has a bit of a smirk to him. He's like scanning the room and going, "Oh, what's this?" Where Undra is simply staring at the dead animals that are stuffed and hanging from the wall. So then, lad, when exactly did you lose your accent?
I've been taking lessons in the more common speech.
Right, and you shrank a few inches too.
Shrank? It must. No, they do say that I need to exercise more.
Aye.
Sorry.
Red Hood.
Maybe that.
So honestly,
Yes.
state your business.
My business. I wish an audience with my cousin.
Aye, and which cousin would that be?
The king. Cousin.
So
king.
formal.
Well, we're not really on the good terms, you know. I haven't seen him in quite some time. I've always been the raggedy tag cousin of the family. They ditched me in the far corners of the Republic for a reason. So there's a feast. There are curiosities to be found and seen. I wondered whether or not The king could, well, let me have a peek to the really interesting stuff. I've heard some rumors about what's in the vaults.
Make a deception roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm not good at that shit. Alright.
Believe in the heart of the. It's not the heart of the cards. I did not believe hard enough. I am sorry.
Me neither.
Yo!
Ah,
Guards, extract Mr. Riker, Mr. Obrek, Lady Undra. At the mention of Lady Undra, just hisses like a cat. Mr. Riker, I'm sorry to say, there's ulterior motives to the people who rescued you here today.
What is happening?
All right. And he's gonna look at Boris, at Cassius.
Do I
And
see
to
guards
Nolan.
moving in, by the way?
The guards are now at attention. They're not quite going for their spears yet, but they are stepping forward. So, impersonating royalty doesn't come with an easy sentence. But I do wonder. I have a knack for knowing when people lie to me. I'd like to know what you're doing here, what your target is.
well, we could tell you, but maybe there's too many people around.
Aye, perhaps we should do this one-on-one, down in the dungeons of the castle.
Oh boy.
Adding him to a duel?
Who are you, old man? What have
Oh,
they... Why have they
right.
dragged you along here?
I'm the connoisseur of ancient artifacts.
Are you really?
Yes.
So it's the artifacts you're after then? The one you brought wasn't a fake, so I'm wondering.
I'm not. The nobleman contracted me. So continue the conversation.
Make a deception roll, please, with disadvantage.
I don't want this shit.
Are you a holy man?
Ooh.
Okay. Dat was die slecht geweest.
I
You
love
already-
this. It's
you already
always
know.
the right moment for
Are you a holy man? I don't recognize your
a holy man.
sigil.
No, I'm not a holy man.
No, I'm not talking to you, old man. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
I hail from the other continent where the religion in Helios is still stronger than it is here. There is, however, a
Helios.
temple here in your city.
Helios. Ah, yes. Down in the sewers. All right.
There
So-
are believers in your constituency, so you need to take care of them.
What time do I have for a forgotten god?
Not the god, but the people who believe in him.
No. So you
I
see
hope.
yourself a good man, yes?
I try to keep on the right side of the scales, yes.
So why this deception? Why are you coming along with this folk? And this accent is going to keep changing because I can't fucking do it today.
Can't, governor.
Yeah,
Notice.
yeah. I'm gonna be all over it. For posterity's sake in the stream, I'm fucking tired. So
The guard captain has a bit of a day, guys.
yeah, this fucking gala.
And then the
Alright.
bullet and
The overtime alone.
Yeah, it's
thinking.
gonna cost him.
Why the need for this deception?
Well, I hear this conversation, right?
Yeah.
It's happening.
Okay. No.
Let's say there are other powers at play here, and we don't.
At this point, I
We
will.
want-
Yeah. A seemingly evil act can be a good one
benign.
for another purpose.
All right, Gord, what are you doing?
At this moment, I will say in a heavy dwarvish accent, and in dwarvish, Commander Stalgrim Stonefist, I regret this deception, and I will change to Gord Grimbeard.
At that, the guards all take their spears, and the captain holds his hand up. Now that's some impressive magic.
Let me
Yeah, then
introduce me. I am Gord Grimbeard from.
No, sorry.
Sorry, no, sorry.
Where am I from?
These are my friends, and let me introduce you to Nolan Tuskbrew, and I will point at Nolan,
The one. And
the one and
only.
only.
Okay, make your persuasion roll.
With advantage.
Things are gonna
No.
We're in pretty deep.
Oh,
Yay.
20 fucking. Then now he rolls. Now he rolls.
Thank you, God.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
I mean, this is the first true thing we've told this man in this entire conversation.
Yeah.
Lie away in.
And just to put a finer point to it, this is a guard captain for the king in the city of fucking thieves. Okay? There's some modifiers at play here, is all I'm saying. So that's why you shouldn't have met this guy. But
Yeah.
he was like 2 or 3 steps removed from where you are. I wanted to see you. My introduction to him was going to be you see him around the corner, giving it a signal to run the fuck away. But okay. Gord Grimbeard.
Hey,
No, I believe you. Makes me worried, though.
we are here in a mission, and we are not here to harm your king. Not at
By
all.
whom? Sent by whom?
Not really.
I
We don't really have
Out
a
of-
boss right now.
Yeah. Don't join in.
Just
yeah.
interject
Yeah.
for a bit.
Ja, Kefalo sneezes backing Graven.
Ja, die heeft ons niet gezegd dat wij de.
Nee, maar we zijn,
doen, hè.
ons missie voor de Thieves Guild is rond, hè, dus we zijn
ja.
on
Ja,
our
maar ik
eigen
ga de
akkoord,
waarheid
hè.
zeggen.
Eigen,
Je kunt gewoon doorduwen. hè, allee, ja.
Ja.
Personal
tuurlijk,
motives.
Yes, this is on our personal. This is on our personal.
You change accent.
Ja.
Oh, no.
Mario is back.
This is
Zeker.
If you said this was personal, it wouldn't strictly
yeah.
be lying.
Look, the man saying who is known as Brew, he's not who he seems. He is here on malicious, with malicious goals, and we are here to stop him. He's not the hero you think he is. I believe he's just harvesting souls. He's gathering power for something.
Casual. Right.
Ik
zo...
Er is mijn hart, mijn lever, moeten mijn nieren ook nog hebben.
Deception isn't getting us anywhere.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just very casually saying, "Oh."
Can I,
Yeah.
Somebody's eating your contingent.
can I join in?
Sure.
Look, you clearly see through deception and disguise, because mine was fairly well done. You must have noticed something about Nolan as well. I can't believe you didn't find something itchy or fishy.
At this point as well, you see Oberek just with his arms crossed, leaning against one of the bookcases. Just, but he's here for this. And he's just scanning each and every one of you. And off the corner, I would say, Cassius, you would have seen, passively, you would have seen the moment Gord changed, he stopped breathing for a moment. And so Undra, because I've got a token of her now, there she is. Like, she, like, her head went low like a wolf ready to pounce. Dario, you probably would have caught that as well. But Oberek was amused at first, and now is like barely breathing, but trying to keep up the facade. The guards are still standing at the ready. And the guard captain is also just waiting, and there's a silence. He sniffs, looks around, moves a few papers around on his desk. Aye. The man saved the city. But it didn't seem like much of a dwarf to me. But I never caught him on a lie. I never caught him on wrongful intent. He's got all the nobles up. Stir the frenzy. Or whatever's happening down there. I don't understand any of that. I'm just here to make sure people are safe. And for what I've heard, Nolan seems to be on the up and up. Here you are, accusing the hero of the city of some terrible thing. But you infiltrated, you lied, you deceived, and whatever else.
Would you believe their story if he just came knocking? We had to get in. This is not our cup of tea. You just saw. This is not what we enjoy. This is what would be our motives.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. We don't care about your king or your noble district. We just want this man. He has committed great acts of death in the past. And his death you saw with the army in front of your gates. Where did you think he came from?
Yannick did, huh? But what did I do?
Who killed the fucking Yiddish Republic officers? And just
I
saying,
think he's lying now.
I saved your fucking butts, man.
It's dramatic.
Yeah, I know.
You want to
At that point, Oberek will step forward and say, "For whatever it's worth, Captain, that old shriveled husk of a man standing there, he was a bit of a fixture back in Illish, the libraries.
Thank you.
I know Nolan. Never knew his last name, though. But knew him by that one. Of course. If you think this to be a ploy of the Irish Republic, then me and mine will just teleport out, thank you.
Misschien een moment om te melden dat je gezocht wordt door de Irish Republic.
Melden? What? Laat dat maar stil houden. Here you are asking a lot of questions, and when one man single-handedly destroys a whole army of undead by summoning demons, it's fine. Strange. Very strange.
Yes, he has a point. As far as, and he looks at Nolan with a smile and says, as far as we're concerned, I don't think that's the magic of mortal men. Or dwarves. Alright. And so, let's say for a moment I believe all of you. If there is still some truth in what you're saying and what you're omitting. What was the plan beyond impersonating a noble? Make it to the king, make it to an audience. A man who can slay an entire army. This plucky group will do it, will it?
Well, yes. That was kind of the plan.
Als je het zo zegt, klinkt het inderdaad echt wel
Wel.
keidom, hè, mannen.
Look, yeah,
Looks can be deceiving, you just noticed.
you know, as said, it's not the power of mere mortals. It's not the power of just one dwarf. It is. You can beat him if you strip him from that power. And that is what we're here for.
Alright. So, were you in my position? What do you think I would have to do? You trespassed. You impersonated. Those are charges I cannot let go.
Right.
We will
We'll
have
deal with
to-
them after. But you give us an escort to that man, and you join us, and you'll see for yourself what you're doing down there.
And if you don't
Mhm.
agree, you can lock us up.
Alright?
I'll
on the other
willingly
hand,
come with you.
after that, you do with us what you want. We'll see a judge. We'll see your judgment. And on the other hand, we might end up saving your city, and then we'll be the heroes. And everyone knows heroes, they won't be punished, right? Look, we were too late in Omadil. The dead there were by the thousands. Time is of the most important.
And that was your friend's doing.
No.
Heerlijk.
But it was a disaster nonetheless.
I was just thinking, where is he going with this? This
Yeah.
isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I love it.
What my friend is trying to say is our eventual goal is up north Kirksteren, who attacked Omatil. But from as far as I know, these people, because I didn't journey with them beforehand, but they're the only ones that know the power source, and what they explained to me about it is heavy and dangerous and shouldn't be controlled by mortal men, dwarf, elf, whatever being you want to do. It's better destroyed than around.
Honestly,
And for as far as I can judge with my clerical background and knowledge in people, I do believe that they're on the right side of the scale. And that they walk in the light of Helios.
Cassius lifts an eyebrow.
I'm gonna be frank. Bloody hell! We might as well tell him what the power source is, isn't right? He's got in the vault. He's got some sort of crystal full of my brethren souls, thousands and thousands of them, and he's using them for dark magic. I want that stone back and give it to my kin, so we can destroy it and free the souls inside. So that magic is no more. There you have it.
And so, if you are not a distant cousin of the king who's standing before me,
Is Dario of the Elinadar.
there's a few reactions now. First, when talking about the stone, the crystal with souls, you visibly see Oberek become pale, and he starts, like, sweat starts forming on his eyebrows. Undra just steps back and walks into the bookcase. She, like, and you see like a chandelier or a candelabra just knocks, and she catches it before it falls, and she's just staring at Dario right now. And then, because this is not a socially adjusted person, she just screams at the top of her lungs, "I smelled that fucking swamp!"
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my charade. For reference, that woman with the pelts and all the dead animals, it hurts my heart every time I see them. But I had to keep up the charade.
You're a fucking good liar, you are.
Thank you, because he doesn't seem to think so.
Who is that?
the guard captain's just shaking his head like. All right, Dario the Elinadar. I'll believe you on that. And mechanically, I just want to say I'm not rolling deception and persuasion anymore because it didn't really matter. The man is has a certain feat.
Yeah.
So it's technically, I believe, a rogue trait, but I think it fit well with a guard captain of the city of Thieves.
He'd passively gain it after being 5 years on the job.
Yeah, it's like lion, kill him, dungeon. But and at that point, Oberek will speak and say, sorry again. I know I'm a bit intruding on the moment here, but I'm sorry. And Captain, please tell me if they're lying, but could you just could you define for me exactly the name you've been given for this crystal?
Uh-oh.
It starts with a P.
PP? Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Please
Can I
don't.
insight check the guy? On his
Sure. Bro, you don't need to roll high. But he does. So I don't know if this is well defined in a modern society, early modern society, 1500s. But I'll tell you in modern terms, Mr. Siltfallen is having a panic attack.
Oh.
So he's starting to sweat a little bit, and you see him trying to not hyperventilate, trying to... This is not his first panic attack. He's trying to control it a little bit.
I will slowly...
But in actual anxiety or in... Yeah. Interesting. He wants it or he's afraid of it?
Both. There's a certain fascination that you've seen in Nolan's eyes, one time or the other. But there's also genuine fear. This man is afraid, and he is trying not to lose his shit that he's even in the same city as such a potential thing. Yeah.
I'm going to stand next to him. Well, this old librarian. And I whisper, you seem to know more, don't you? What do you know about? Do the names? Stephanus? Say anything? Did it ring a bell?
Oh, please don't say those words.
Or a man with a well-known geomancer? Or a well-known necromancer?
Oh, no. I heard you say that name before. I heard you say Kirksaren, but please.
Oh, yes. We've seen him. We've met him. I talked to him.
Right. Captain, I suggest we evacuate the city. Starting with the royal. And the guard captain is like, hold on. What the fuck's going on?
He's having a panic attack.
That. Right. So, about your plan. No. I will kill you all, or at least try, if you even approach this man. Yes. No. God, no. Please don't approach this. What's this called? What is he called? He's not Nolan Tasbrew. What the fuck is he called?
His name? Blacklinas.
Right, so we've got a name. Good. Truth? Yeah? Okay, good. No, you're not coming near. Fuck you. No. I need to report this.
Never wondered why he uses the name Nolan Tusbrew. So yes, we might still have a chance just walking up to him.
So he was an acquaintance?
Hoe ver is het nu, Blacklinas?
Right. So you estimate he is now exiting the royal palace and is about 5 miles away, and he's casually walking towards this point.
Blacklinas is 5 miles that way. If we just rush him, he doesn't have his power with him.
Or
No.
If we just rush him, we can grab him before he gets to it.
No. Listen, that power he used, Captain, the power he used for the Red Truth, he has this capability, surely. He can do this inside the city, can't he? And at that point, the captain just slams his fist on the desk and, somebody, please tell me, rather quick, what the fuck is going on?
Well, didn't we?
Well, Blacklinas is harvesting souls. He harvested the Red Truth, and I believe he's planning to harvest your city next.
And more importantly, he's trying to build something, and all those special items everybody's looking for the king, he's going to build something. And when it's finished, we don't know exactly what he's gonna build, but it's not gonna be used for some good purpose. He's working for someone much more evil.
He wants to build an arcane gate.
Oh, there we go.
I said it. Which
I
could connect this realm to another realm and summon a whole shit of other creatures,
Worldly.
demons, I don't know what.
So that was he was doing. Thank you, Nolan.
And Oberek is just going to wring his hands. Of course he is. Right. So. He's how I'm not going to ask. He was telling the truth. Yes. Okay. Good. And the guards captain just. Would you shut up? Like, well, actually, this was the reason I am even here. The collection of arcane artifacts of a certain nature set off a few flags in the Yellowish Republic, and of course, then the event coincided with that. So, yes, I was here, and he rolls up the paper. I was here asking the king for an investigation, to, or at least elaborate. Oh no. I have a better plan. Perhaps I, under the truth of my mission, can approach this Black Lanners, and maybe we can have a conversation. If he sees his old compatriots who are clearly out here to hunt, then perhaps that would be worse, wouldn't it?
Sir, in your current state, I can only surmise and advise the captain to get you as far away as possible, because you're not in your right state of mind. And as stated before against the captain, I don't know what this crazy man is gonna do. My friends might know. But if it's going to blow, it might be better to not have people around.
Yes, evacuate. Seriously, evacuate the city.
Shut up, let the captain talk.
He's taken
Evacuating
aback
is
by
not a
that.
bad idea.
I like it.
It's getting confusing with one person being two people.
3, because the elf is there as well somewhere.
All right.
Yeah. She just, when you say to Oberek to shut up, she just grins.
She's been here before.
Yeah, she's been the person saying shut up.
So, Captain, we have said our dues. We have brought our advice. It's up to you to make a choice. But as stated before, these people are on the right side of the scales. I believe in them. And I think we are hunting an evil that cannot be left to exist.
Mr. Siltfall, and they're right. You're not going anywhere near him. Oh, good. Yes, good.
It's not the ideal environment, but it's the only environment where we can confront him.
He goes over to one of the guards. Give the order. Get the king and the royal family out of the city. And start evacuating the noble houses as well. This thing, if it goes off, what's the range?
Only the noble houses?
There's no time for anything else. There'll just be a panic.
Evacuate the people, you dumb fuck.
Well, he asked about the range. It's a few miles.
This thing's happening in the next couple of minutes. He's coming over here, as you said. So, I don't have time to evacuate the city.
Screw the nobles.
No.
Evacuate the
agree.
people. Ring the bells.
When did this
Nobles
turn
are-
into eat to rich? I mean,
Nobles are all
I'm sorry, lads. I didn't hear the moment where you took command of the fucking captain of the fucking guard here.
I will know. I can't believe you're saying.
oh, you had him.
Well, the
Why
offer
did
to
you-
throw you in the dungeons is still well and good.
Captain, he's coming. We're losing time. Make a choice.
Yes, we
now.
are.
Let's just go.
Juvenile bickering.
Send the paper boys or something. Send someone. Cassius, can you? I'm sorry, is it your name?
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
now
I've
it
said
is.
nothing in this entire conversation.
I don't. Discord doesn't care anymore.
Because I have probably more than a few outstanding warrants that this guy definitely
Yeah.
knows about.
He won't care by now.
Discord doesn't care anymore. Cassius, can you
Here are the dice. I'm gonna roll them now, alright?
connect to someone?
Oh, you lucky beach. You, oh. I roll a 1 and a 2, motherfucker.
We have a mental connection that you can use
Yeah,
if you want to do stuff.
Gord is heated right now.
I understand.
If he says evacuate
This
the
is the-
nobles and the rest me,
Yes.
I want to slap him so hard.
Yes, you want to.
Can you
understand.
contact the other guys of the Thieves Guilds? No, you can't.
The only people that I can contact right here are the people that were there when I opened the mental connection. Which, as we say that, I will
Yeah.
use one of my flashbacks to go
Yeah.
all the way back to the point where I said,
Oh, all right.
no, to all the way back to.
We're still in the heist, motherfuckers. You can still use the mechanic
Yeah.
at
yes,
any
yes,
time.
yes. To all the
Yes,
way
I know.
back when Cassius left the rooftop or was about to leave the rooftop after having his conversation with Lynn. And right before she went back inside, he says, I could tell you what we're doing. If you want, you can come with us and just be close enough so that if we leave in a hurry to a far place, you can come with us.
If I do that, then there's no coming back for me in this city. So this better be good.
And then he tells her everything. And then we move a little bit further to
Oh.
the point where I said, I will open my mental connection to all the people I see, leaving Boris out of it, because I
Mhm.
have room for Boris in that mental connection. But I did not have spot for Boris because I needed to open the connection with Lynn, who was supposedly also there within viewing range. So everything I've said over the mental connection, she was also there hearing it, including when we move back a little bit further, when I pointed out over the mental connection that there was a drunk guy with a Axis amulet going into a bar,
Yeah.
meaning she was able to pick up on that, steal the amulet so she could follow us to the next region when we were escorted into that.
Somebody
Meaning
actually
that she
planned
is
something,
now-
guys.
Meaning that she is now within 1 mile, able to hear me over the mental connection
Yep.
when I can send out
She's-
a message saying,
Amongst the rabble down in the tower.
yeah, that I can say, shit went south really bad. They're going to evacuate the nobles. You should probably get out and spread the word to as many of us as you can that it's probably a good idea to get out of the city.
Good on Cassius.
It's his city, to be fair. He needs
He has
help.
a network. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Done, Cassius. Cassius
Uh,
didn't do shit. I did that.
Yeah, well. Okay.
Alright. So, she can reply, right?
Yes.
Okay. It was getting a little stuffy in here anyway. So, when you say they're evacuating the nobles, is this is what you talked about. This is the bad scenario.
Either we succeed and it's all fine, or we don't, and this city is a crater. Or it's bad, yes.
And you can hear it as you're like that she's already running when she says this. Because you don't hear panting in the mental connection, but you hear like she stops and thinks and jumps over like, okay, I'm gonna try and make it back, and I'll try to get back in range as well. Good luck.
Thanks, we'll lead it.
And that's when she's already a mile away.
Whew.
I've learned something.
That was a good
Planning
flashback,
helps.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
was a good flashback.
Yeah, somebody actually planned something for the heist. I'm so proud.
Well done.
Hey.
Had nothing. It had all to do with the failure state of the heist, but still.
You planned for
heist
failure.
the heist was a success, to be honest. We planned
That part,
the
yeah,
coins.
yeah.
This is still part of our
The side quest,
distraction,
yeah.
diverting the attention away from the money swap that we did earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's no packed stone. There's just the
Great
elaborate. This is the
Great success.
All right.
Ah,
So with that,
Now, if you can get Gord out of the eat the rich, down with the system, we have nothing to lose but our chains mode. Which
he is
I
not.
agree with, but it's
Okay,
not the time.
here. I'm gonna get cancelled. He's not Mario Supra. He's Luigi Supra.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah. No, I don't. It's expensive. So the guard captain's like massaging his brow for a moment. All right. Before I decide not to arrest all of you, still, and try to make my own way out of this, what exactly do you plan to do?
OG,
That's
up
it's
to
the
you.
question, isn't it?
That's a very good question.
Horrifying.
I say we
Our
confront him.
plan-
Now he's separated from the
Well,
power.
Yes, our
Yes.
plan was to
Well,
separate him from his power, but we noticed that that is already the case. So the plan was to, well, have a one-on-one, as you speak.
yes. It
And
makes
let's say that we hope that things won't turn out for the worse, and somehow we will be able to reach him. And if that's not the case, then I don't think we had a plan really.
well. He surely has a plan. He's coming our way without a thing. So he's up to something.
Yes, of course. So the question is, are we going to blacken us first, or are we going to secure his power now he's not there?
A good question.
From what you've told me about him, he's not an idiot. So he will
No.
not be leaving his power unprotected.
No, there most likely will be a lot of fail-safes.
I'm just wondering if one of my crazy brain farts got through. That's about it, because then it's gonna be interesting. But
Well,
I say confront him first.
it's already before Black Lenas was here, it was already very difficult to break into the castle itself. I have to imagine it's only got more difficult with measures he put in place. So I would
yeah,
say
the ruse,
probably
the ruse is up.
We don't need to break in.
It's now or never. That's all I can think.
So then you confront him and we see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's up to you, Tree.
Well,
At this
Rest.
point, everybody's
from a
safe.
strategic point of view, I'd say let him come here and we'll go to the item.
Can do that.
So you want to lock us into underground caverns
But the
between a
thing is,
madman and his power source?
Wouldn't be the
Point is-
first time.
I don't like the idea of going in blind to what is essentially
yeah,
The
his
lair.
lair,
the
Yeah.
point
his
is,
home turf.
we kind of need Blackness to confess or at least prove that what we are doing here is what we're doing here. Because right now, the captain of the guard, he has our story and he has some backing up, but
I'm assuming if our
the only evidence is
conversation with
Blackness himself.
if I'm assuming if that conversation goes bad, we don't need to worry about the guard arresting us.
Can I just put it bluntly? We're losing time again because we're in this endless discussion and not deciding things. The guy is walking over to us. Do you go for the power source or the guy? Just make a choice because we need to move. We don't have time to discuss. Or
Guy,
we need to do
Say we go for Blackland.
flashback.
So we go for the guy.
We'll go for
Hey,
Norman.
Mag ik nog een kleine vraag stellen? Is er op een bepaald moment is er een klein stuk van de soulstone, niet de soulstone, van de packstone
Packstone.
afgebroken
Mhm.
en is er een tweede kleine packstone
Ja,
gecreëerd.
jij hebt hem er zelf afgeslagen.
Kan ik die voelen? Dat klein stuk. Want ik zou denken dat Black Lions dat wel bij zich heeft als om zichzelf te ampen.
He's not bringing the bazooka, but he is bringing the shotgun.
Ja, voilà, dat was ik aan het denken.
He's not bringing the
Nu.
tactical nuke, he's bringing the cruise missile.
Ja.
And then once he fires that, he's got nothing.
I would say, Gorn, roll a d100 for me.
Ooh, first roll.
Slash 1d100.
Slash R.
Slash R, yeah.
Slash R spatie 1d100.
There you go.
Nee. Is dat goed?
Dat-
Slecht? Slecht.
Depends on the odds. Can be
It's either
awesome.
very good or very bad.
Ja.
It's very high or very low on
Yeah.
whatever scale.
You stop for a moment. You let all the conversation wash over you. And you try to focus. You see this burning sensation, this light that's always in your brain come closer and closer, and is now down to maybe 2 miles. He's walking at a leisurely pace, but still he's coming closer. You see the similar burning light down, way down, miles underneath the castle. And in that burning light that's coming closer, you so very faintly see a third, but it's almost like it wasn't there. It looks like a little anomaly, but you do feel it. But it's barely anything. He's carrying something with him.
He's carrying the little spoon.
Mm.
Met eigen accent.
We need to
Hey, you're
immobilize.
going very high up in there, aren't you?
You might want to have a
Something.
big stone.
He's amped up, but he's heading right here, so we can set up
Alright.
a trap if we want. He
Yes.
probably knows we're here.
Oh yeah,
I
he sure,
think so
sure he
too.
does. He saw me during the. I'm pretty sure he saw me during his speech.
We've
So we set up
Telt dit als een short rest of niet?
an ambush.
No.
No.
Hmm,
Dan
hmm,
ga ik
hmm.
mijn eigen een beetje healen.
I have asked this before, so I'm just asking to clarify. But in order to use the pact stone, you need to be touching it, right? It's like some kind of spellcasting focus type deal.
Yes.
So if, say, Cassius were to able to yoink that fragment away from him, he wouldn't have it at his disposal for casting
Yes, that would
super
help.
unethical spells,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
So I would say let's try an ambush outside. I don't want to fight him in the building. And the first thing we try to do is immobilize him and steal away
Mhm.
his power.
Immobilize and disable.
Agreed.
So that said, I'd say we go outside and find. Is he going to come through a certain open area, the square or something? He needs to pass.
Maybe in this tower.
Getting close
So-
to confinement, wouldn't suggest it.
Yes, indeed. I wanna.
Hangt vanaf welke map dat je
Do you know the range of a fireball?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
He has
didn't
lots
ask you
of
the
them.
size of the room, but yeah. If he's
I have
coming
to
from the
roll as well.
castle, he's taking the normal route. He's probably going to pass by the old town square, close to the castle, very heart of where the city began. It's not a big square, but it's an open space as much as you can have it behind the walls.
Then we shall meet him there with
That'll
everyone
do.
who can.
All right.
And he doesn't know Cassius, so maybe Cassius.
He might have
hides.
seen me, but I would suggest
assume-
I would be hidden somewhere off the side. And
Yes.
Gord, you mentally tell me as accurately as possible where he's keeping the shards, assuming you would be able to make the distinction on it's in his breast pocket, it's in his back pocket, it's on his belt, wherever, once we're close. If that is something you can do, then that would help.
I'm not sure. I might have to roll a D100 again.
I don't know what that means, but
Hey, it's a dwarven saying. Don't worry about it.
All right.
No, it bloody isn't.
lies. Deception.
Deception.
Yeah.
I will change back to
Uh.
Freyr to Tuck Fry.
All right.
Sorry for the deception.
Yeah, as your voice changes along with it. I just need to. Yeah. That's for him. Okay, that's that's exactly the same roll. Okay. And passive insight on Boris. I think Oberek noticed something when Gord changed himself. Alright, so I just need to look something up that I haven't looked up in a very long time.
And can I? So I know he noticed something while Gord changed.
Yeah, but that's all.
I have a passive insight of 17. Would that help me
It's better
notice
than
something
mine.
more than that?
I think Boris has more passive insight, right?
It's 19. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
So I will say you also noticed that Oberek noticed
he
something.
noticed something.
Okay.
You know, he's going through a lot right now.
Yeah, he's calmed down a little bit, but he's still like, you can see him like holding. So I love the idea of wizards having like
Pen
holsters for their having holsters for their spell books, and he's like holding his spell book, like cradling it, like almost like a gun. He's ready to like just whip out. It's like it's just the comfort book. It's like okay. Okay.
Can I walk over to him and whisper
Eh,
quietly?
Yeah.
Where can I find you afterwards? You saw something I need to know.
Very, very, very far away. I'm thinking the continent of Brennar is nice this time of year. It's Undra would like it, wouldn't you? It's frozen solid all year round.
We will get through this. Where can I find you?
You are a holy man, are you not? You are capable of sending messages through the ether. You've seen my face, you know me. You can message me, and I'll see if I reply.
Okay, let's assume I do.
Let's assume we all live through this day.
We will.
This man went on a roller coaster going, oh, this quirky nobleman is funny. Let's see where this goes. And oh, plot twist. He's not who he claims to be. This is getting interesting. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
And I was going to my expanded spellbook and suddenly I see calm emotions. It's not prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time it was cast on him, I think.
We're heading out.
Oberek.
Yes,
Or
we're heading
Oberek has
out
seen some shit.
and try
Obrek,
Alright.
Undra, if you have any magical boons, we wouldn't mind.
Well, let me see. she might have prepared.
A heal for Boris could also help.
A heal. Yeah, she can do that. Let me see here.
No healer.
Right. So she, how hurt are you?
How hard are
She,
you?
Yeah.
she'll just look at you, Boris, and just come back. She like steps around Dario, like pacing, never really showing. She's never showing her back to him. And then walks up to Boris. She leans in. Don't kill us all today, eh?
Not
And
planning
she's
to.
gonna weave magic and then basically push you in the chest, and she'll cast I'm gonna check if she actually has with this. I will say she has some healing. Normally doesn't have that prepared, but I will cheat for a moment
Ooh.
and say that she did prepare some healing spells today. Wounds. There we go. I have no. What am I? Oh. Fuck. Yeah, it doesn't have spell slots. NPCs are not well prepared. There we go. At 3rd level. Four.
Ooh.
Yeah, 12 points.
Plus 0.
Ja.
She ain't very wise.
Oh, plus 0. Ja, dat is omdat je die dingen niet gebruikte. Oké.
Wat kan ik nog bij doen?
Plus 4.
Nice.
Almost full health back.
There we go.
Boy, have I. How many times have I already almost died for you guys now?
Almost died.
I've tanked explosions. I've been buried by rubble.
Well, that's part of the adventuring. It's not something uncommon.
Alright, I'm back. Is Black Lilith dead yet?
Yeah, you missed it. He shoved a bag of beans into his mouth and he exploded.
Oh,
Oh, nee, don't give him ideas. Don't give him
I think
ideas.
that might.
Piramide gewoon.
Bullet.
Yeah.
The bullet.
Yes, a bullet pyramid. Alright.
Wat
Zo.
een idee. Gewoon in zijn bakjes.
Is that a damage roll eigenlijk in D&D, and why doesn't he explode? Because this sounds like some crazy.
I'm sure people have tried.
D&D has the rule that if things forcibly expand and there's no room, they just get shoved off to the side. It's why
Yeah.
our go-to strat is not Dario turns into an ant that crawls into someone's nose and then he grows back into Dario.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, that's
Peekaboo!
the Ant-Man strategy. Okay. So, with that,
Now I have the boys in my head, but
the captain's just. All right. We've had our mages get most of the people to safety in these. You will. That's Cephalus again, it's just sneezing in the background. We have had our mages evacuate most of the people. So,
By people, meaning
what we can. If we all live through this, maybe you could start a political career and see if you could change things in the city, huh?
City does need some changes. I agree with.
Oh, yeah. Don't go down the road.
I'm gonna mentally
Maybe
tell
just
my
start
friends
it,
like I am totally fine starting a political revolution and overthrowing the king, but like, can we do this like next week or something?
No.
Alright.
3 sessions political debate.
Viva la
Start it.
revolution!
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a full season of meetings and planning, like a certain anime went.
No, about sanitation.
Yeah.
Should have a council
I'm
for
gonna
permits.
say that you have clearance. People will be watching from afar. If things go south, we will intervene. And Oberek is just, yes, and we will also be out of range of conventional spells. I'm going to put up a barrier, perhaps. And we will leave at the first sign of trouble. All right, then. Good luck. So you are escorted outside the guard tower. You don't hear the rabble anymore down below. It's been quiet. And as you look round, nary a sound in the city, or at least this part. You are greeted by a guard at the bottom who gives you a 3rd level clearance.
We made it.
You did!
We made it!
Now
All right, now let's go roll the vaults.
Yeah.
Run!
Teleport! Quick! It's, it's when you forget an important quest item and then you get to the point in the game where you need it and it's like, oh, don't worry, here it is because you forgot to pick it up, It's like the default to prevent a failure state. It's a really important item, don't forget it. Yeah.
How did you get to this point without picking up item X? Oh, fuck it, whatever.
Exactly. Like, well, it's bad game design at that point. You now step through large walls. The gate opens into another level of opulence. There is gold trimmings on the rain gutters here. Everything is elaborate and carved. Everything is beautiful. Cassius, you see one of these statues on the corner of one of these buildings. People died for a fight that lasted for months when you were little, because one of those made it down into the lower parts of the city. This was wealth beyond understanding, and it was eventually confiscated, and half a thieves' guild was slaughtered to regain it. There are dozens of these here. Every building, the gargoyles, are gold. This is where the wealth of your city is. And this is where none of you have ever stood. Here.
Again, just want to reiterate, A-OK with taking down the ruling class and distributing the wealth in a different way, just after we prevent the world from ending, okay?
Okay.
The perceptive among you realize very clearly that you're being watched and followed. There are eyes on the walls of the city. You see mages, you see quite a lot of people. and you get to a quaint little square. A place that doesn't look as audacious as the rest, but it looks very well maintained. It is like a model set of what this city began as. A quaint little well with a bucket. A little inn, a tavern, the old city hall that are dwarfed by the buildings around it. This is the largest open space here. This is where you were told to wait. Gord, you feel him coming. You see less than a mile now. So I ask you, what is your setup? Who's here, who isn't?
Is there some space, like a rooftop or something, that I could hide behind that is also not super far away? Like, ideally, I'm looking at something that would be... Let me do some quick calculations here while my cat decides
I would
he's paying
like-
enough attention.
Yeah.
To set up halfway the square, is there a bench or something I can sit on? Or
Yeah. So around the well, there are a few benches. There's an old tree that they've built a little thing around that serves as a bit of a bench. As for roofs, the roofs here are quite low. These are normal buildings in this area here. You've got the inn, you've got a couple of things. The roofs are slanted down, and yeah, like any normal village, easy enough to get up to, easy enough to hide yourself on. I would say this entire area is maybe a maximum of maybe 200 feet radius. Like, that's a lot. Like, for this entire square, probably smaller, maybe around 120. So, going to mute myself real quick, and
I would want to be within 120 feet of like the center of the square, if that is at all possible. Or not the center of the square, wherever most of my companions are setting up. 120 feet away from that, so that if Black Lenas just kind of walks up to them and starts talking to them, I'd be within 120 feet of him. Is that at all possible? Also, it's dark right now, right? Because this is evening.
it would be at this point, yeah.
So like the night sky and stuff would be dim light or darkness.
I will grant you
Mushrooms.
that, yes.
Yeah. So that
There are
would
some
allow me
torches
to-
here and there, but they're not going to immediately implode you.
Mhm.
All right.
Would there be some place, a rooftop or otherwise, that I could hide
Yeah.
behind within that distance? Okay. Then I'll
I will say so, yes.
hide over there.
Right.
I have, because I did this a while ago. I did booby trap Gord with the rope of mending, and Dario
Right.
also knows the command word, so we could how do I put this? We could bondage up Gord by speaking the command word, by connecting all the loops and stuff that are
Yeah,
around him.
Kinky.
you can momentarily stop him at least.
Slow him down.
Yeah.
Might
Roll
be
your
around
stealth
some
for
corner.
me, please, with advantage then.
Yes.
Are we all hiding, or are some of us coming
No.
from? Kinky?
me,
No.
Cassius he hasn't seen, so I can
Yes.
set up somewhere in the middle so that I can easily maneuver because I
Oh,
need to get
no.
in close sometimes.
I would just plainly
Someone's
We'll add
nervous.
one of my d8s
front him.
to that.
Okay.
Because I rolled a 3
Rolde
and a
jij nou
4.
juist een 3 en een 4 en je hebt nog 17?
Yes.
Gast.
Yeah, it's awful.
I am
awful
good
roll.
at 4 things.
Yeah.
Okay, 23. We remember 23.
Oh, Jesus. Dat is hoe mijn ogen ook gebeuren. Ik denk, wat? Ik wil ook modifiers gelijk dat was deze.
It's
I
called-
have
it's
a
called
plus
guild.
3 on... The most I have on anything else is plus 3.
Yeah.
It's just these 4 things that I am very good at.
Okay, so Cassius is hiding. Boris is sitting on a bench.
Reading a
What? Reading a book.
Just
What is
pretending
everybody
to be a
else
guy
doing?
who's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Completely
Yeah.
empty city.
I'm standing next to Gord.
Are we just
You're the
not-
guy
are we
who
going-
refuses to
are we-
evacuate during a tornado warning, just going, no, fuck.
Are we
this
going to
all."
Yeah.
stand right in the center and he can see us from afar, or do you want him to only spot us when he's closer?
we
I
wanna be
mean-
near some cover, right?
Yeah, but-
Yes.
It'd be
Let's
pretty
assume-
anticlimactic.
Let's assume there might be one small chance of surprise still. So I'd say we're not going in cover, but I would hide or stay out of visual until he's close and then confront him.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
specifically asked for an open space.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've established there is a tree with a bench around it that Boris is sitting on. Right.
Remember the 3.
So that's basically the only thing that breaks line of sight, except if you want to crouch around the well in the center.
No. Then I'm gonna stand in the center and let him come towards me.
Me
Can
too.
I activate my boots of flying and just fly in the well?
What?
You are currently Tuck Fry, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You are currently not Gordon.
No, and then I'll be Tuck Fry and I'll be sitting next to Boris.
Okay.
But I'll activate my boots of flying. So I don't have to waste an action on that.
Okay. You do realize, I will say, because Black Linus knows a thing or two about you guys,
He sees
boots
out
of
in the
flying that are activated are
I know.
doing a thing, right? They're like,
Big-
So he knows.
yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll just be Gord Grimbeard and standing next to my comrades.
Okay.
All right. Yes, let him come.
I mean, no one still believes he's not evil at heart, so he can be talked.
Yes,
Okay.
let's hope so.
Could I say that I would activate the boots of speed? Like, nah. I can't say like the moment it looks like the conversation's over, I activate them. That won't work, right?
Nah,
not-
then we're going initiative.
Yeah, because they last for
You're
10
like,
minutes. but-
Holding the action! Holding! No.
Yeah,
we're not
like
there.
yeah, but they last for 10 minutes, but the conversation might take more than 10 minutes. So if I
But
Yeah.
pop them at the right time, then
It's gonna
Let's not
take 3
stand-
sessions.
let's
Uh,
not
yeah.
stand next to each other. Just stand outside of fireball range next to each other.
An aura that could protect you.
imagine
That could help.
the anticlimactic response of Black Linus sees you standing there, launches a fireball, you all die.
You
Yeah.
won't. You won't.
A level 17 fireball.
Yeah.
Path of Exile, sorry, yeah.
No, if you guys should stand within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
For the bonus
So-
saving throws, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Okay, so Cassius, roof. Boris, bench. Gord, Nolan, Dario.
Front of the
Yeah.
well in plain
Yeah,
sight.
together. Yeah.
Alright.
I'll stand in the middle for my aura, but not necessarily in the front.
Nah, there won't have been time to change, right?
Change clothes?
You're close. You can't. pull
You
them off.
are. They're your skin right now. You can't. No.
It's just I don't
Um,
want Blackness to see,
To see me
like,
in.
Yeah.
you know?
You can't take them off either. So.
This is the
Uh,
big showdown, and I don't
Yeah.
want to be wearing this for it.
Exactly.
It's like let's reduce the microtransactions a little. Okay.
Oh, I'm meeting an old friend. Oh no, shit! I'm just.
Okay.
I can give you the code from the. You know who?
No, it's okay. It's
Not
okay.
that it's super relevant, but what did we do with his dog?
No.
Yeah. Still.
Dario is standing there with his outfit and the ugly
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. What is going on here?
Je
Why are we standing?
évacuer.
I bet it's a battle dog. You know?
Yeah.
can use him.
This is a polymorph dragon.
Trojan
Actually,
Wells.
dragon. Galinla is also still around. So
Yes, she's
Yeah.
still around.
We're ignoring her a little bit.
Just
yeah, it just complicates things.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's basically cutscenes versus
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss? But at this point, you see someone around the corner.
No, I mean the one thing
Gord.
I wanted to ask Gord was like, if you can sense where he's keeping the shard on his person, use the mental connection to tell me where. But other than that, I am done.
Or that's him, right? There's not some sort of mirror you see. It's him.
You see the distance close, and you see a dwarf with familiar robes walking, but there's someone with him stepping just a few steps behind.
Start waving.
You wave, and he stops. He looks to the figure and touches them for a moment, and they go invisible.
Did we recognize the figure or?
Those who want to take a look, make a perception roll.
Just want to point out, I have a passive perception of 21.
Yeah. Oh, that's not that's a fucking 20, isn't it? Yeah.
The king.
So, Boards, natural 20, Cassius 27. You only saw them for a fraction of a second, and they were hooded. But their clothing was quite opulent, more so than what you've seen. And Cassius, yeah, there's no other way. This man had the stature, the facial features. You saw a long beard as well, quite well trimmed. Even though they were hooded and cloaked, for a brief second you saw the king.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell my compatriots who are in on the mental connection, which is everyone except Boris, like that was the other person is the king. Most likely.
Is he really though?
Mm-hmm.
He looked like it at least.
And Gorge, I will say, I'll respect the crit, because technically you didn't reach the 25. That was required for that. Fuck all of you. There goes one of my reveals. Yeah, you saw that as well, and you hadn't really seen a picture of the king, perhaps, but Cassius definitely knows. And yeah, you see Black Lana's just touching them, and oof, they go invisible.
En hoe ver zijn die nu? Hoeveel feet?
Right now, they're just walking into the square, so they're 120 feet away.
En ik lees even Dispel Magic. Er staat niks van ik die moet kunnen zien. Choose one creature, object or magical effect within range.
Ja.
Ja, maar dan moet je iets kiezen, hè?
Ja, ik heb die creature gezien. Ik weet dat daar een creature is. Maar zou dat werken?
I have to do a rule search.
120 feet.
Ah.
Kan het is dingen? Dat staat niet dat ik het moet kunnen zien.
But you also need to know if it's
Okay, so you need to make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Unless he's using it at a high enough level that it
probably is.
cancels the spell out.
Yeah, so you basically need to hit his spell DC. So I'll say, like, roll. If you want to do this, are you doing this?
Yeah, I am. I want to see what happens.
Okay. So roll a fireball attack or firebolt attack. And you need to be able to break Black Lennis with that. Break his DC.
Oh!
Oh, damn.
20, 20.
Oh, the face.
Okay.
I saw some notes get shredded and thrown into the air, like mentally.
It's that's a 1-2 for me. That's the fucking king reveal. You know this. Alright. So as Black Lennis touches the king, Gord places his hand forward, and the king is visible once more. And Black Lennis very slowly puts his hand away.
Is dat ook alle magic dat de koning van toepassing is?
One thing.
Met
One
zo'n
effect. Yeah.
So if he
Okay.
were, say, charmed, you wouldn't have dispelled that.
Yep. And so he begins walking forward.
What's the king doing?
The king looks at Black Lennis for a moment, looks at his hands, looks over to the square, and walks along with Black Lennis. Gord, when you did that, there was this heartbeat within you for a moment. As Black Lennis is starting to walk forward, you feel that burning in your brain. It is not a light that shines, it is a pressure, it is a headache, a point, a finger that keeps pushing and pushing on your forehead, a pressure that you want to stretch or push, but it keeps growing every step he takes towards you.
I will tell Cassius I might lose control right now.
I was
I
gonna
might.
ask Gord if, like, he could sense where on
Do I sense the object?
his person the thing was.
Yeah, it is simply in his pocket, and he has his hands in his pockets as he walks forward.
Is the king between me and Black Lennis, or is he on the other side?
He is trailing behind, maybe 10 feet.
Okay.
And he's very casually walking.
Yeah, do we see any magical
As the king
influence in the
was.
king? Does he look charmed? Ik heb een anti-charm aura niet meer.
No?
Nee, I changed that.
Make an insight roll, Gord.
10.
He seems bemused.
I will brief Dario because Gord's saying it to me, but he's not, like, I'm the person in the middle of the Skype call, so I
Yeah.
will let Dario know, like, Gord's struggling, keep an eye on him and be
Alright.
ready to stop him if it needs to be.
Yes. Let's hope it won't be necessary. We could use his help.
About 60 feet away, Black Lennis stops. And he raises one hand, keeps the other in his pocket. friends. Well, not all of you. There seem to be a few missing.
Yes. We lost.
Nolan.
We lost the giant.
Pity.
Yes. Why are you pretending to be Nolan?
An invitation,
Mm.
and one you received. but-
Well, yes.
Corn, Arya.
Recognize. An invitation for what exactly?
Well, I hope that my time away hasn't changed what you think of me. I've learned a lot, and I think for what we set out to do, I've learned some very important things. I think I have a way to beat Kirksaren, push back the swarm. I've made very good progress here.
And you found out all that just by yourself on such a short notice?
No, but that's, well, it's no secret. With everything that happened with the hag, you saw that I was connected to some other beings, but I do keep my mind in order for such things. Sometimes you need to use power that is just a little beyond you before you can make sense of things, or at least the thing we are fighting together, it is a bit bigger than all of us combined, huh?
It sure is.
It is. Are we still together? I do hope so.
We had some disagreements. It's just that, well, I've found a good place here. I think I've got a good idea. But he looks over to Dario and Gord. For a brief moment, looks over at Boros. Huh. I saw this man with you earlier. Helios? Now that's interesting.
How so?
Something I should probably discuss in private. So,
Even the
hmm?
no,
Now, of course, I feel a little bit of hostility here. There's certainly a reason why you're here. I did make a little bit of a display. Really not my intention, but my hand was a little forced.
The thing is,
But,
it's not that
yeah.
It's not that I'm hostile. I'll be honest. It's we don't know how much influence a certain being has had the last couple of weeks on your state of mind. And this is a being that we do not trust and cannot rely on.
And again, usually
It's
you
not.
just have to.
It's not your original patron. It's the other being that came into play.
be concerned.
Again, I am a little bit more. I have a bit more expertise in this. So yes, all the things we are. I mean, Helios is probably a lot more dangerous than that. But yeah, no, it's fine. I understand your concern, and don't worry, Dario, I haven't used the souls of your people. Again,
What
other
souls
methods
did you
we-
use then?
Can I inside, or I want to see if he's just lying through his teeth, or
all right,
what type of charade,
you think?
or he's
While my
speaking
nose runs.
from his bottom of his heart.
I recall you saying Black Lannas was famously bad at anything related to deception and lying, right?
Yeah, but
He's-
Yeah, but
he's
that
quite
might have been a
proficient.
player issue.
Yeah, that was that was just bad rolls, I think.
He is a high charisma character with the actor feat, so he can bullshit his way
Yeah.
if he wants to.
He should be
mean,
good.
because Maya Supra ain't worked, so
Exactly. He's, he
You were
seems to
Elduris
be.
Valarian and it worked. So.
He seems to be telling the truth.
oh boy.
Then what power did you use?
The power you had given me.
Given.
Because
Okay.
I don't quite remember, but exactly how much you figured out about the Packstone, Nolan? Like the whole thing, or
Well, it's full of souls from Severnus, isn't it?
yeah, but I mean mechanically, like how to actually do these things. There's a bit more nuance to it.
I thought
Oh,
that.
it's not entirely, no.
Hmm. Well, here's my offer. Considering Nolan is the only one who can even try to understand what I'm doing here, I would like a chat with him. One-on-one. He's the only one who I can even remotely try to explain this to.
Well, even if the others don't understand, they can still listen.
Yeah. I won't
Sounds like a
meddle.
trap to me.
I'll let you try. I'll let you explain, but
Hmm.
There's
No, you
reason for me.
see, this has been the problem from the start. Every time I try to explain something, or Nolan finds some knowledge, it always gets interpreted the wrong way. We are people who work with arcane. There's no always a clear right or wrong, and you always want to be on the right side. And I'm sorry, but that's not what we're dealing with. Okay, so no. Regardless, if you think I've gone completely evil and all those things, then fine. And he, for a brief moment, shows the small soul stone in his pocket.
Oh,
Blackstone.
Yeah, and now I'm saying it myself. Soul's backstone in his hand. This, and he puts it back again, is what I used. Because you can see like it's a lot bigger than it was before.
that's what I wanted to ask.
Because there's one thing you guys can understand, and that is if I didn't use any magic, I didn't use any souls wiping out that army. Because if a Pact Stone is asked to do something that it doesn't have the souls for, then it goes and looks for them. So all I did was ask it to grow.
Oh wow,
And then,
haven't thought of that one.
and how did
So
you
you
know?
don't need to pre-charge it, actually.
no. You can just ask, and because the stone isn't the actual thing, We all call it a pact stone, but it starts as a ritual. It starts as
Yeah,
magic.
Yes, I think I have the basics of those scrolls lying in some Helios chants.
See why I said that that Helios man is more dangerous than me.
Am I picking any of this up, by the way? Or?
Yeah, he's saying it loudly enough that you can hear it.
That's what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, what-
Those scrolls, yes.
The
He's not
scrolls are
dangerous at
nuts.
all.
Are fudging nuts.
On the basics.
Ah, God.
So
Okay,
all
next week
the
we can
stone
pick and then we get
is-
the goals.
All the stone is the result. I just asked for something it couldn't do, because it was only a very small part. And so it went and looked, and it so happened I was surrounded by enemy soldiers. And then I will admit, I used those souls to then destroy the undead army that was going to also destroy the city. So, again, not black and white, but I didn't have to save the city. And that army, well, they would have done far worse than even the undead, I think.
Take that insight.
Sure.
All that.
Seems to be telling the truth.
And,
No.
and what does your majesty think of this?
The king has been silent up until this point, because I can't speak with two people at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
He seems... The moment you say, what does the king think of this? His face changes from being bemused and simply just looking from person to person and trying to take all of this in, and he even has a little smile. The face fades a little, and yes, well, if there is one thing I've learned in my time as ruler of the city, I will agree with... And I'm wondering here for a moment.
I'm gonna inside check him more.
Yeah,
I wanted
with...
to do the same.
Yeah, I will agree with Nolan Tuskbrew. I have had to do what is just, but perhaps not always what was good. My city stands because of his decision, and I do not mourn for those soldiers lost. And he has confided in me about the dangers. I know of Kirkserin, I know of Rashanidre, and I know of the pending doom that befalls this world if the gods were to fail. And so he has my full confidence. Inside checks.
I wanted to see if he's under, without using a spell, if he's under a kind of influence magically.
Sure.
I want to find out whether or not it's a human being at all standing before me. Or not some
Also
I don't know,
good.
changeling or
Those changelings, don't trust them.
Can I, in the meantime, do a perception check to see if those are actually indeed the only two people, or if he has like secretly a legion of flying demons that is surrounding us as we speak?
Oh yeah, Demogorgon is right above. Yeah, sure, make a perception check.
I don't know if I don't look for it.
This is true.
I probably wouldn't know.
Oh man,
anyway.
ik moet echt de pitstop doen en ik wil niks missen. Sorry.
All right, the roll initiative.
Headset.
Roll initiative. Battlestar Galactica falls out of the sky. No.
Yeah. If he now shows up like in the DM screen to take over Black Lenas, I'm gonna have my mind blown.
He's been here all the time. Yeah, that would have
Been
been
here
funny,
all
but
along.
yeah, maybe one day. Yeah.
Look, Blackness, I'm gonna be frank. We left as friends. I hold you no blame, save that you teleported away with a packstone full of my, well, brethren. But I've been hearing stories and about your connections, and it made me doubt. It made me doubt. Are you the Blackliness that left, or who are you right now? So please elaborate. Don't talk to me about the Paxstone because clearly I don't understand about it. But what are you doing in this city with the king, and what are you building?
First, the insight rolls. Gord, that insight check, was that also for the king already?
No,
That
that
you
was
did? No, that was before. Huh? Yeah.
before.
Yeah, true. So yeah, Boris Nolan. He looks to be the king. You haven't met the king. You haven't really seen the king, but he seems to be acting like the king. Dario, I've tried to go along with the group. But I feel like sometimes you weren't, for one, on one end, were far too reckless, never really thinking about things before they happened. Can only, well, or a towel. And on the other hand, not seeing the bigger picture and the information that we needed to process. So, all right. By your permission, King, I shall elaborate some. I can't tell you everything, because, well, it doesn't really matter. But and at this point, he doesn't look at Dario, he only looks at Nolan. He says, I have found the knowledge we were looking for. I have, well, not here, but I have found a way to get to it. The abyss. What the swarm leaves behind. Dead worlds. Destroyed worlds. We know that something happened here, but it happened in many places. I have found pathways that were once there, still scattered around this world, but mostly they are destroyed. I have a way to go back to all of those worlds that the swarm destroyed. All of them at the peak of magic. All of them at the very height of their civilization before they were destroyed. And we don't have to make their mistakes. We can just see what they learned and why it destroyed them. Imagine, Nolan, not one library, all of them. 1,000 worlds with magic that we can only dream of.
Do you want to time travel?
Maybe. I could. Right now, it is just a wish.
No,
And he
yes.
tugs at his He tugs in his pocket the stone again. And he looks to Dario now for the first time, and he really makes eye contact with you.
Thank you.
Maybe even a way that we don't need the Pact Stone, and we can save those souls.
You want to build an arcane gate, isn't it?
That was part of a network. I will admit, the humans were quite busy in the past. They have gone a lot further than I first imagined.
Yes, indeed.
But I think it needs a dwarf's calm, and it's the mind of a dwarf to process this and not make it lead to destruction.
I'm sorry, but I only hear a vision of grandeur. Isn't it? Well, isn't it just the backstone? Can we just, well, try and figure out to save my souls and call it that? Do we need power to travel times and worlds? We don't need that. It's what's wrong with trying to salvage this
See, and this
world?
is why I can't explain this to
Well,
you.
yes, I understand. I mean, Dario, in the last weeks and months, we have come to the realization that we are quite far out of our league. That I do agree with.
Yes.
But which means would this require for your goal and attempts? I have, from my learnings, great acts also require great amount of resources or sacrifice.
Well, you are not wrong. But I have managed to restrain myself, to resist the temptation. Because, Dario, don't see this as a threat, because it really isn't one. Okay? I am simply stating fact. I could finish the day if I so wanted to. And it wouldn't take much from the stone. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sacrifice the souls of your people. Of course, there are others in there, and I have other methods, slower methods. And I will continue to work slow, as long as we're not threatened. If the swarm were to arrive today, well, of course, I will be forced. But that isn't true. There's no threat here.
That's just an excuse, Blacklands. Those souls belong to Dario. I believe you should give them back. They are not yours to keep. They are not yours to judge to use. Give that
Why
back
can
stone to
yes.
Dario, whom I trust much more than you.
Gord, make a charisma save.
Charisma save.
Yep.
That's my best thing I can do.
Yep. Good.
Not
you.
with a 4 though.
Jeez.
Yep, that's a full plus 10 there. As you say that, they are not yours. You, actually all of you, just hear Gord's voice change for a moment. There is a second voice that just overlaps for a brief moment. And Gord, you invariably take a step forward without realizing. The burning is now, it is pain. And what you think is your own thoughts, but perhaps isn't. It's hard to tell. Why don't we just take it? And you imagine yourself just grabbing Black Lenas and holding him in your hands. Black Lenas simply continues. Gord, we've had this discussion before. And I'm not going to make it again. This is the fate of the world. This is not just Dario's people that are long dead. He didn't even know they were still where they were. People die constantly. Why aren't you grilling me over the soldier of the Red Truth? I'm sure they had families. They're gone now. Yes, I want to make amends. I do. But there are priorities. So, they have been dead for 1,000 years. They will be dead for 1,000 more.
But they will be trapped. They're not just dead, they are trapped. Their souls are trapped, being used for magic.
And what's
It's
a
not
few
easy.
years more?
Every day that my ancestors are suffering, their souls are trapped, is one day too much.
Yeah. And again, we've had this conversation, and you... I don't know why. There's a reason why I had to go. So...
I first want to establish something before we, I tend to be, and I will, since I could not deduce if it's the real king, I will throw a firebolt at the king to see if it's the real king.
The king is a commoner that might just kind of
Splat him into
casual,
a million.
and
casual
I will,
regicide.
Oh, we were not gonna harm the fucking king. That's how we got in here. Why?
As no one thinks the king is already long dead.
Oh, such
I
a
will-
Nolan thing to do.
And just in case
I
he
know it's a
isn't,
Nolan
you're
thing
gonna
to
make
do.
sure he's dead.
I will suddenly.
Roll-
First, we have
yeah.
to make sure the king is dead. Does not mean kill him if he's still alive. Okay.
At least
I will say roll with advantage. Make an attack with advantage.
Yes, I will certainly cast this.
I heard a conversation in the Discord before where, you know what, let's stop talking and start attacking. Well,
No, I'm not attacking Black Lannis, I'm attacking the king.
I understand.
Last time you fired a firebolt in a city context, we had to get your butt out of jail. That's all I'm saying.
Wait,
They were-
is it advantage, disadvantage? I know. Oh, this sucks.
Oh, nee.
Okay.
Het is just...
Eeuw.
Schiet hem Boris zijn oog uit of zo, let op.
Okay. So. You fire as Black Lenas is still shaking his head and going, Jesus Christ, Daria. The bolt flies past, and you see Black Lenas starting to cast the spell. And the king, rather spryly, simply move. And the bolt shooting past. And at that point, Black Lenas is just starting to laugh. And the king, in Cassius' passive perception, there's a lot going on in the background right now. There's a lot of movement. People getting in position, things happening.
I would have said, like, I see, because this was a subtly cast spell, but I see the effect of it. Like, I see a firebolt.
Yeah, you see like a streak of red, and the king dodging it. From your point of view, though, it like goes through him because you're on the side. It's like,
at some point, I'm like, did no one just kill the king? No, okay, he did not. Okay.
Hoeveel feet zijn die nu van mij?
60 nu?
You step forward a little bit because I will say 50 feet.
Oké, dan doe ik Divine Sense als ik mag.
Okay.
Om te zien met Undead, Fiend of Celestial. Right.
So, like Lenas is laughing, like Nolan, still Nolan. Yes. And Divine Sense within 60 feet.
I would like to click my heels together to activate my boots of speed now, by the way, because I feel like
good call,
whatever's going to happen is going to happen in the next 10 minutes.
All right. Gord, you sense a fiendish presence on the king.
The king is a fiend. I will say to everyone.
Yeah. And the king just stares at you for a moment and just he smiles for a moment. Those who want to, you can roll insight on the king right now once more.
Am I close enough to make that insight, or is it too far?
You would, I mean, are you gonna roll the insight? You can do it. And by his mannerisms, perhaps.
I will use my portent of 13, and I have a +7 modifier.
Okay. Well then.
How far exactly am I from them at this point, by the way?
You're probably closer because you're on the opposite end, so I would say you're maybe like 40 feet away.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's a small square, right? So
that is
okay. So, well, I rolled dog shit, so that's fine. Boris, Dario, Cassius. You saw a glint for a moment, and when that smile happened, and the king dodged that firebolt. And the smile that followed was very similar to one you saw on someone sitting on a rock, and where there's a hole in the ground.
I knew it. That's why I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who else would be next to him?
Oh, Nolan. Fucking hell. Why do you let the crazy in?
Goed toch? Dat is toch goed gedaan?
No. It's not, no, it's not Gret. It's Satya.
No.
It's Satya, and
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a certain devil or a certain demon, whatever he might be, that was taunting you when you were entering the city.
Yes.
Okay. Question. Because Black Lenas is a warlock, right? And this guy is a devil. Do you know that they're working together, or is this just some other random devil that's been showing up in our life?
No, it's another one that
he didn't start. Yeah, he didn't start as him as his patron. Let's call it that.
No, but we know Black Lenas has a history of working with devils. Here's a devil who's been offering us deals.
Yeah. Well, a devil is an assumption.
An assumption.
Something else, I think, but
something sinister.
Something
more
fiendish,
sinister, even. Something more sinister than what was the original pact.
Yes.
And Gord has told to me, and I've briefed the others, that he's a fiend from Divine Sense, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or at least there is a fiendish presence within him.
A potato?
No, and this devil is known as the betrayer.
Oh ja, juist. Ja, oké.
Ja, wacht hè. Oh, fuck.
Gourds, roll another charisma save now that you know this.
Okay, this complicates things.
17.
Yes.
Okay. The first one was a failure, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, it's not a good day for you, Gord. There is another target now. And this one is brighter than Black Lena. Brighter than Black Lena's and the Pact Stone combined. And you all hear Gord say, betrayer.
Did you fucking make a pact with Stone Door, or didn't you?
No, it's not got nothing to do with that.
No. Nope.
Okay.
Would have been full circle, but
Yeah,
I will charge at the betrayer and attack him.
there you go.
fuck.
Of course.
So-
Okay. Do I use the magical words? I don't know, because he's a betrayer. I mean,
Listen, it's very simple.
Yeah.
Gord is running forward. Before I roll initiative. Actually, no. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it this way. I'm gonna end this
just-
combat with a bullet, and I'm just
Oh, no.
gonna add an encounter.
I want to watch this unfold.
mhm.
Jullie gewoon met alleen zien vechten.
Ja.
I'm gonna watch
I
this
mean,
unfold.
it's a battle that has been waiting for 100,000 of
Let's-
years.
Let's wait and like join whoever's winning.
Yeah.
500 gold on the betrayer.
We trusted you all along, Black Linus.
This is all a ruse.
We had to get rid of Gord, you know?
Yeah.
Before he
So
pulls off his face, it was I.
here's Black Lenas. Say hi to Black Lenas. I'll put the bullet away.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
There he is.
That
Lenas.
ugly,
Oh, that's
right?
right.
That ugly face.
So
Okay,
that's
and
how
actually-
Black Lenas looks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also nog
Now
stiekem
you
naar
know.
Black Linus kijken op de one-shot eigenlijk. Dus. Schitterend.
Actually, no, I just want to make sure.
Black Lenas exists.
All right,
Yep.
and Yannick doesn't have control.
And is still
So-
100%. I was
Ah,
gonna
Ricky
say
control?
human, but
Okay.
dwarf.
You don't have no. Yeah, so please roll those initiatives, everyone.
Come on, 1. And 15.
Oh dear.
That's a 20. Someone roll.
Alles onder de 10 gerold en nu dit 10.
Okay.
I don't
That
want
is Black Lenas, and now I. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll put this in. Because I don't have a stand-in. Oh. I should have been advantage as well, so. There you go. Okay. Ironically, it is Dario who's up first. So you see Gord running. And after screaming, betrayer.
We can see he's running towards the king
The
and
king.
not towards Black Lenas, right? Because
Correct.
yeah.
And wait, I don't know. Do I even know it's Satya? Yes, I do.
Yes, because Gord mentally told me, and I would have spread that around to you. We would have had
I've
enough
yelled,
time before.
He's a fiend.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
then yeah, I guess we all know.
I yelled it to everyone
Why my first ball?
because the enemy already knows.
Blacklanus on his turn goes, "What the fuck? You're a fiend?"
Yeah.
What?
Oh no! You promised.
I thought you were a devil.
You're the devil.
Dario, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm not. I'm very close to Gord, right? So I'm
Yeah.
gonna slap him on the back, and I'm gonna cast resistance. And then
Okay.
I will move. I will move. I will move further back.
Viva la resistance!
Yeah, Viva la
Okay.
by saying resistance.
We come back and we go, "Okay, so bad news. Your king is dead, but he was already
Hear
dead
us
when we
out.
found him."
Hear us out. Hear us out.
Do you know Satyane?
And that's
Okay, I
what
know this looks bad, but here we are.
That's what I'm gonna.
We still
do.
have our flashbacks.
Yeah.
What are we
flashback.
True.
Hey, I told
Hey,
the
you're
captain the
saying
king might be dead.
regicide. You're saying
Okay, so what
regicide.
if? Okay, so what do we do if we meet Blacklanus and the king's with him, and it turns out the king is Satyane? Right? What do we do then?
Yeah,
So
we're
pre-planned
past
this.
that point. Then,
Yes.
so
we are.
Dario, that's you. That's your turn.
Yeah, that's all. Because I want to see how these unfold before I make.
Nolan.
Because I sure.
I won't do anything.
You can hold.
But
something.
I can hold something.
You can hold an action if you want, right?
You can hold
use
your
a
ass and kiss it
reaction to-
goodbye.
Uh,
I need to see what's gonna happen here.
no, because I wouldn't know who I would fire on.
Yeah, but you can hold some. Yeah, it's okay.
You have something you want to activate, like your robes or something else that needs to be set up.
No, I already activated them. Think like 2 sessions ago, so I think my armor class is gone.
Yeah. True.
But, I activated them too early. I think we were in some kind of battle, and then it didn't turn out to a battle, and we talked our way out of it, so it's fine. Yeah, I'll do mage armor, which makes my armor class 12.
Good
Wij
God.
zijn zonder mage armor.
Yes.
So-
and then he did.
So
he
you're
did
holding
take
your
four.
action, yeah? Or you're
No,
not doing
well,
anything?
I casted mage armor to have my AC.
Okay, great.
Good God, man.
Okay.
And now, what the fuck will happen now?
Yes.
The king
To the king.
will raise his hands and shout, "It is as we had feared. Cease them."
Oh crap.
And those of you with high passive perception see flashes from the corners of the walls.
So we are in a trap.
Then it's Blacklanus' turn. And will shake his head. And look at Nolan. I'm still up for that talk. I can make sense of this. And then is going to touch the king. And
Looking forward.
all right. Yeah. Oh crap, did I didn't. Oh god. Bad DM. I'm just gonna say he'll cast a spell, and two of them, you see a portal open behind them, and they vanish. Anything you guys want to do?
Has that, I think.
Yeah. Dylan, you are
Wants to
within
cast
60
it.
feet.
Yes. Mhm. I will wait. Yes, I still have one more sorcery point. Then I will. I always forget which meta magic it is. I will subtly cast counterspell.
Subtly.
Yes.
So they can't see him cast it, and counterspell is counterspell. I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Yeah,
Indeed.
the best use
Okay.
of subtle spell.
So with that, because I realized that this, oh right, because I made a new stat block and didn't import, so for last session I cobbled together Black Linus. So there's a lot missing here, but that's fine. So because he did level up, because he killed an entire field of people, I will say that this is a 6th level dimension door that he's cast.
Yes. I
So
will cast at 4th level.
So you
right,
need
so
to
that
roll for it.
doesn't matter. So you still have to roll, yeah.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I just roll a d20, right?
Yes.
Plus your intelligence.
Roll high.
But
Roll high.
keep rolling. Yeah. Can cast it unlimited amount of times, by the way. So
And my
No.
intelligence modifier is 7. Wait, which modifier is it? Plus. Where's
the
my
links
thing?
are normal.
Your spellcasting ability.
Isn't it?
Modifier.
The links
Yeah.
is a modifier of your stat block.
Ah, yeah, okay, so 4.
The next thing is your saving throw.
Might help if you
Slash
put it.
save. Damn it. 1.
There we go. That's a counter spell. So DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
So no.
Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So yeah, 14. Which no, the counter spell does not happen. Well, counter spell happens, but
Fails.
Sad.
they are out of sight.
Well, that didn't work. A pity.
Boris,
What do I see? Because I see them disappear, but what's
Yeah.
active around us?
right now you see a lot of movement. You see a lot less people on the walls. You saw a few flashes, and then they were off the walls. And hear a distant clatter of armor.
I scream, guys, we need to run.
Well,
Get out of here, guards incoming. And where's the most logic way that I know I don't? Where do I hear the least amount of noise coming from?
Make a perception roll.
Oh, this again. It's gonna be one of those fucking rolls, isn't it? Yep, of course. I'm
All
gonna
around you.
straight into- I jump in the well.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
You go
Or is the
straight to the
crystal
underdark.
straight below us now?
Uh,
Legendary crystal.
you don't know because you don't have a visual on that.
I run inside the nearest inn and hide between the people.
and I asked God, where is he? Can you sense it?
Well, Boris is gonna run towards the inn, which is all abandoned, by the way, because they evacuated for this.
I'm gonna hide behind the garden.
And Gord,
Yes, how far is Black Linus now?
Black Lenas and the King, as you sense them both, are about 300 feet towards the castle because they used the dimension door.
300 feet, yeah, that's based of it.
Or is it even more? Dimension door.
500 feet range.
500, yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, we won't make that.
But what if we're Motivated by rage and vengeance.
Yeah, it is up to 500 feet, but it's specified you can like go up and down, whatever. Yeah, so 500 feet.
Yes, I will communicate that to the team.
Yeah, well, but
Can
Rain
I
was
retcon, by the way, and just stand still because I don't know what the fuck is going on?
Sure.
And the guards that are coming are. Yeah, we just hear them coming. We don't see a way of escape. Or can I do also perception?
You can percept.
Are we? Oh no, it's
Right.
Scorch's turn.
Right now, we are 6 seconds after the king said this. Right? So you hear clattering in the distance, but none have closed in on this location quite yet. But it is 6 seconds. Gord, you only
Where?
still
They're in the
feel that
walls.
rage. You feel rage. You see only those two little blips moving further away from you. That's all you see.
I will. Well, they're over there, and I will go dash in that direction.
Okay. The full 60 feet
Yeah,
towards the castle.
towards the castle.
boy.
Cassius.
Yes. I want to see what is around me that the king just commanded, and have they seen me?
All right. Make another perception as well.
Perception. Yeah.
Okay. You know things about this place. You know that the inner walls of the castle, well, at least the royal quarter, are protected not only by simple guards, but also by mages. The flashes you saw were their own dimension doors, moving 500 feet towards you. The mages are closing in a pincer move, and you've maybe heard a story of two of a thief where that's happened to have this maneuver put on upon them. The order is now kill on sight. There is not going to be prison. And there are probably 6 to 10 mages available at all times. There are also, well, mostly normal guards. There's a couple of paladins and other combat classes, let's say. And they are all now converging upon your position.
But I can't see any of them yet.
You
As in, like,
down.
they're close, or
You can see the normal rank and file guard, but again, the order has been given 6 seconds ago.
yeah.
You see them going because they did evacuate. They were holding at a distance, as the
Yeah,
guard
and now
captain had
they've
said.
been-
Now they're converging, but it's been 6 seconds. It's
Yeah.
literally the round after.
But I don't see a guy on the rooftop across from me going, "You."
No, not yet. There is this brief calm before the storm.
Yeah. Ah, fuck. Shit. I could.
Come on, Batman.
I could ditch them. Because that would be the most logical and safest option for him. Ah, shit. Crap.
Know what's
Well,
at
first things
stake.
first. I would know the fastest way out of here, right?
Yeah. I would say you have that knowledge. You've seen the plans. You know the outline, especially of the older city. So
I'll spend the time I have at least to send that over to the mental connection. Like, they're converging. It's shoot to kill. You have to go that way to get out. So at least they know where to run. Because I've seen
Yeah.
Gord run the wrong direction. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's the opposite
So
direction.
I would say the irony is the best way out is in this older part of the town is a sewer access point, and which basically goes straight down the mountain. So it's basically the sewage goes straight into the lower city. It flows, the shit literally flows down here, and there isn't really an intricate system. It is just this older city, there's tunnels underneath, and then it just goes off the wall of the cliff. So it's a bit of a drop.
So I'll direct him towards that, and then shoot. The question is, how good are those mages? They're royal mages, so they're probably pretty good.
Dimension door level 6.
No, that was Black Lenas.
Yeah, the mages.
Yeah, he upcasted it. I think Dimension Door is...
Dimension Door is 4th level, I think.
It is.
Black
Yes.
Lenas is a warlock, so he only has slots of like
Okay,
Yeah.
Yes.
X level, right?
Yep.
Not that Cassius knows that per se, but me knows it. Crap.
Make a choice.
I need an
and
answer.
go.
I will use the Cloak of the Bat and pull myself into a bat.
Okay. Cassius is a bat.
I keep
No,
my
no.
intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores when I do it through this. But it is
Right.
just polymorph, so like I would have concentration, and if I drop it or it breaks, I am once again just.
And you have one
I'll
hit
do-
point.
And I have 1 hit point and echolocation, but also a flying speed of 30 feet and stuff. And I'm gonna first fly up and.
You
the
have a
60
flying
feet
speed
that
of 30 feet, exactly. Yes.
So I'll fly the 30, because this was my action. So I'll fly my
Yeah.
30 speed up into the night sky and try and be as stealthily as possible while providing overwatch and a mental connection to my allies, saying "Go that way, no, go that way." And I
Yeah.
hope to God that mages don't look up and snipe bats out of the sky.
They are very much gamers. They never look up. And Magic Missile never misses, but all right. Okay. With that, we go to the top of the round. And that's where we'll end the session.
Yes. Ja, Bonk 11 uur zeg, dat is de eerste keer.
Yeah.
Ja.
Mooi.
22, now it is. So, because that also gives me time to fucking plan the second stage of the heist, which is the getaway.
The getaway.
So,
Get away.
I
We
mean,
planned this. We just need Nolan to take a minute to make his teleportation circle.
But
And
I,
the
I
thing
was
is-
really I was under the assumption of getting rid of the mages and still infiltrate.
Yeah, the thing is, are we getting away or are we trying to?
Depends on
Okay,
Gord
and
now.
I-
He's in the raging department now, chasing after Black Lenas.
Yes, I know.
they've
and
called
Satyane.
in the shock troops and the SWAT teams. I
And the
don't
SEALs
know if we
and the
can
special
kill
forces.
all of those and then still be fine.
Ja, oké, maar het is zo, het voelt zo zuur om gewoon weg te lopen. We hebben echt letterlijk niks bereikt in die stad. Echt niks.
We have to fight.
If we flee and go tell the captain of the king's guard that his king has been replaced by a fiend, I'm sure if we manage to convince him of that, he'd be on our side.
If we manage to convince him.
That is a big if, admittedly. But still.
Okay.
For this party, that's a gigantic if.
a Gygaxian, even.
All it takes is like one good roll.
All it takes is one bad roll to go to prison. I mean,
De shoot to kill, hè.
Ah,
Prison is geen
ja.
optie meer.
I
we
mean-
are not going to prison.
It was a nice.
Live.
It was very nice to have a lot of tension. I felt the tension throughout all of that. And I hope I did justice to Black Lenas, Yannick.
There were the keywords.
Yeah.
Now I still
So-
don't know if he did the crazy shit I wrote down.
Yeah, well.
Alright.
So yeah,
Dus verwonden
God.
sessie.
my dudes,
Expect him to run
you
around. Yeah, no.
out of game, you will have time to think about these things. It is very much a D&D thing. Shit goes south, and now adapt. Decide what you want to do, what you want to accomplish.
Do we still have
Because
Yes,
Hmm,
Nee, inderdaad, over nadenken.
Allee, we
Well.
hebben nu weken om erover na te denken.
yeah,
I'm assuming we're using our flashback to discuss. Okay, so what if things go really bad and they send the royal guard? What do we do then? And
yeah.
that would be our
Mhm.
flashback.
Yes.
Well,
Jump into the
then
well.
I don't even know you guys.
It was a very difficult decision for Cassius to say, like, I could probably get away if I run right now, but then they are absolutely doomed. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I could
So?
get away if I leave now.
Here's the thing, right? It went well, quite well, up to the point where, again,
It didn't.
you know, you exploded a small shop in the middle of town that's gonna have a reaction. Then the infiltration part was a little. You got away from that, but then, of course, the captain of the guard guy,
Which went well as well.
which went really well because you managed to do that. But then, the last part, well, you had your audience. You had Black Lenas there. You know what he's been doing. You know what he's capable of. And I didn't think he'd become this big of a villain, but there you go. So,
Have
Food
we
for
decided
thoughts,
if he is a villain yet? Because it's still great to me.
Ja,
It's
dat was
great to him as well.
aan heel dat gesprek. Zo van,
yeah.
Cassius
hij,
is
hij heeft argumenten, hè. Hij is niet slecht en hij is niet...
Yeah.
he's not
that-
zeker
washed
niet
as
goed, denk
swirling
ik.
evil.
Maar hij heeft argumenten, wat dat lastig is.
yeah, but that's fucking Yannick's character. I'm bringing
Yeah.
all the shit he
Yeah,
brought
yeah.
in. It's
Yeah,
exactly the point where everybody was having an argument. So
Zolang dat Satyan in daarnaast loopt, hè, is je juist wat je hem zegt.
Ja.
Maar ja,
Cassius
oké,
is-
maar Dario komt je tegen en is dus van, oké, leg het me uit en dan zullen we wel zien. Dus dat is heel moeilijk om te zeggen van, oké, is deze nu een bossfight of niet, want dan maken we er dan van. Tot het punt dat inderdaad ineens Satya daarnaast staat. En nu is het van, oké, ja, you're evil.
Cassius is sitting
Yeah.
on a rooftop hearing this guy go make valid points that he's been trying to make to Boris, like, see, doing a little evil as long as your end goal is still good is not the worst. This guy gets it. But yeah, like you said, then once he's buddying up with like someone we know is definitely absolutely evil, it
I mean,
Kinda.
Hitler started with an idea to make a better society.
Alright, that's where we'll end this fucking stream. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. We're gonna.
oh my god.
That's at the end of the campaign, even.